Hello, I am the island of Guam.
Hello, my name is Rational Thinking Human Being.
So Mr. Rational Thinking Human Being, did you know that back in 2004, producer John Lang and film director Albert Pyun came to my island of Guam and defrauded the government for $800,000?
Yes, I did hear about that. A very long time ago. I don't know very many details about it. Could you please tell me more about it?
Of course I can, because I have nothing better to do with my time than talk about an incident that happened 7 years ago. In 2004, John Lang and Albert Pyun came to my island and requested an $800,000 loan guarantee by my island's Economic Development and Commerce Authority to secure a third-party loan from Comerica Bank in order to finance the film.
Let me interrupt for just a second. Did Albert Pyun or John Lang hold any guns to the Commerce Authority or have bombs already strapped to their chests when they were making requests?
No weapons were used in the negotiations. They just asked, actually very nicely if I remember correctly.
Okay, I was just making sure and I apologize for interrupting. Please continue with your story.
In his effort to convince the Commerce Authority to approve the loan guarantee, Albert Pyun told the Commerce Board members that he and John Lang had a first-rate financial record and that neither he nor Lang had ever defaulted on a loan. In return, the government of Guam was hoping to create a film infrastructure and lure more filmmaking activity to the island.
So what happened next? Did your island do any background checks on Albert Pyun or John Lang to see if their financial records were true to their word? Has anyone in Guam ever seen a movie produced by John Lang or a movie directed by Albert Pyun?
No. They told us their movies generate millions of dollars and promised us MTV and Maxim magazine would come to my island. Times are tough and the Commerce Authority opted to take their word for it.
Are you telling me the Commerce Authority of Guam gave John Lang and Albert Pyun $800,000 based on their word without any form of investigation?
Yes, because we, the people of Guam, are an enlightened race of people who don't believe such acts are capable of being committed.
I see. So is the island of Guam now a Hollywood destination that attracts every major filmmaker in the world?
No. In June 2006, John Lang's company, Guam Motion Pictures Company, defaulted on the loan to Comerica Bank and Guam's $800,000 loan guarantee was lost.
Did they even film the movie they were going to make?
Yes. It's untitled Max Havoc, Curse of the Dragon. It stars Mickey Hart, David Carradine, and Carmen Electra.
Sounds like Albert Pyun set out to do what he intended. He made a movie on the island of Guam for producer John Lang.
No, you're non-Guam native. He and John Lang defaulted on the $800,000 loan. That money rightfully belongs to the island of Guam.
Based on the information you have provided me and the fact that John Lang was the producer, Albert Pyun did not commit a crime. As producer, John Lang was responsible for fundraising and not Albert Pyun. In fact, Albert Pyun was not paid for his services as director, and shortly after production wrapped, John Lang used the money he stole and formed a new production company called Up North Entertainment.
I don't care. He was associated with John Lang and therefore he must be destroyed at all costs. His movies suck and he seems to be disassociated from reality.
Albert Pyun makes exploitation films and likes to stray away from the mainstream. His first film, The Sword and the Sorcerer, generated $40 million in the box office. To this day, it is still the highest-grossing independent film of all time.
You sound like one of his stupid fanboys who flock to his pathetically made films.
My favorite Albert Pyun film, Radioactive Dreams, is about two friends who grew up in a bomb shelter alone and only had 1950s detective novels to teach them about life. Once they escaped the shelter, they had to use what they learned in the books to survive a nuclear wasteland populated by violent punk rock mutants. The man knows how to think outside of the box and I respect his work for that fact.
I don't care. It doesn't change the fact that he and John Lang defrauded my island for $800,000.
A lot of the fault should rest on your shoulders. You did not make a smart business decision by not investigating John Lang and Albert Pyun. I think the reason you are really upset is because you are a fucking moron and don't know how else to express your anger for being so easily duped. My advice to you is to take John Lang to court, realize that Albert Pyun was a victim in this too, and move on from this. Harboring negative emotions is bad for your health.
No, this issue is bigger than the Holocaust, and I will not stop until John Lang and Albert Pyun are hung upside down, stoned, and then raped by people who have AIDS so the media can suspect they were homosexuals as well.
It sounds like you are the one who is disassociated from reality, Island of Guam. By the way, can I borrow $800,000?
For what?
I want to build a small resort on your island and invite all of my American friends with deep pockets to come and spend all of their money there.
You're going to pay me back, right?
Of course. I always pay my debts and have never fled from a financial institution in my life.
Okay, here you go. I hope 10s and 20s are okay in a nondescript briefcase. When will construction of your resort begin?
Never. I'm going to take this money and spend it on hookers, drugs, and illegal fireworks. Thanks, Island of Guam.
Oh shit, not again. Maybe we do just make bad business decisions, and hopefully from this point forward, we can learn from our mistakes and move forward like a prosperous people.
Let this be a lesson to you. Make better business decisions and always investigate and do background checks before loaning large sum of money to someone you don't know. Looking at John Lang's IMDb profile should have been warning enough. This has been a public service announcement meant to help the island of Guam. Have a fantastic day.